Hello friends, today I will tell you about a film called Warning. So prepare yourself and enjoy watching.
Ground control to David. Please provide a status update on the meters.
The film opens by showing an astronaut named David, who is repairing a satellite in space. He was accompanied by a sophisticated robot assigned to give directions to repair the satellite. David was the only human who would accept the job, because in that year, or 2028 to be precise, increasingly sophisticated technology has shifted the role of humans in doing their jobs. All robots are equipped with artificial intelligence capable of recording, communicating, and storing human memories in memory. While off Earth, David accidentally makes a mistake that causes an electric wave to hit the satellite, sending David away from the satellite. David asks his robot to activate the thrusters on his astronaut suit, but unfortunately, the thrusters are damaged by electric waves from the satellite. At this point, David didn't know what else to do. And what's worse is, he can't tell scientists on Earth about asteroids approaching Earth, because those satellites are the only way David can communicate with people on Earth.
What are we doing here, huh? What's the lesson here?
Another story comes from the Earth. There is a man named Brian who tries to sell his robot to a woman. Brian offers a robot in the form of an old man named Charlie for him to sell to potential buyers. But unfortunately, the woman refused for several reasons. Then after the woman left, Brian spoke to Charlie that Charlie wasn't for sale. Of course, this made Charlie feel sad, because even though Charlie is only a robot, he is equipped with artificial intelligence in the form of feelings.
Okay, it's bedtime, Charlie. I need to go get some rest.
While in his office, David saw a television broadcast that there will be a giant asteroid that will soon hit the Earth. But suddenly the television connection was cut off due to the impact of a faulty satellite. Another story comes from Claire. That morning Claire was awakened by her prism-shaped robot. But strangely, Claire refers to the robot as God.
Thank you, God.
It turned out that in that year humans no longer worship God, but worship the robot they had as God. A robot equipped with sensors to connect directly to the brain of its owner, so that it can record, monitor, and store all the activities of its owner in its embedded memory. Therefore, the robot can also read minds and see the hearts of its owners. This robot is also equipped with the ability to record the sins committed by its owner. And every sin committed by the owner will be subject to a fine in the form of taxes paid to the robot manufacturing company.
Lying. One sin recorded. You are at 9 venial sins this month.
On the other hand, Brian feels hopeless knowing that his robot has not been sold. Charlie feels useless to ask Brian to destroy him, because for Charlie, what is life for but no longer needed? Finally, Brian complied with Charlie's request even though it was very difficult to do. We're going back to Claire. When she wakes up, Claire realizes that her robot is dead. Claire panicked and tried to contact the robot manufacturing company. It turned out that the cause of the damage to Claire's robot was a faulty satellite. The robot company then advised Claire to buy the latest version of God's robot with optical vibration technology that was not affected by damage from satellites. Then Claire went to a robot manufacturing company to buy a robot with the latest version. Although the price of the robot is much more expensive than the previous version, it did not stop Claire from buying it. But unfortunately, this robot is more aggressive than the previous version, because this robot more often records Claire's small mistakes as sins. Because Claire couldn't take it anymore, she finally chose to throw the robot out of her life.
No!
Let me take you to another story of a man named Ben. Ben is a man who was abandoned by his girlfriend due to various problems in a relationship. One day Ben accesses his memories, which he implanted into his robot using VR. Even though now his ex-girlfriend has a new boyfriend, it turns out that Ben still loves her very much. So the only way Ben can do it is to reopen their memories through his VR. But without Ben knowing it, what Ben did turn out to have an impact on the real world of his ex-girlfriend. Ben's ex-girlfriend always imagines Ben's presence, which makes her feel scared. Until one day Ben's ex-girlfriend finds out that what happened to her was the result of Ben accessing their memories again. She immediately erased all her memories with Ben for good. Another story comes from a couple named Nina and Liam. Nina is an entertainer at a nightclub, while Liam is a child born to rich parents. One night, Liam invites Nina to attend his family dinner. Liam plans to introduce Nina to his parents as his future wife. However, Liam's relationship with Nina is not approved by Liam's mother because Nina is considered rude. Although Liam's father changed the topic by discussing the news of the astronaut's disappearance, Liam's mother didn't care and went back to discussing Liam and Nina's relationship, which she did not agree with. The next day, how shocked Nina was to find out that Liam had been programmed by Liam's mother to forget about Nina. It was clear that Nina was hurt by this. Their relationship finally ended because now Liam didn't know who Nina was. Outside the Earth, we will be shown David's condition with only 6 days of oxygen remaining. David also saw stars undergoing supernovae and about to form black holes. Right now David could only surrender, facing the fact that the Earth would be destroyed right in front of his eyes. Actually, there are a few more stories, but I won't tell them in this video. So please watch the film for your satisfaction with this film. Alright, carry on. The asteroid is getting closer to Earth. Everyone realized that, but they couldn't do anything more. Some of humanity was simply transferred to refugee camps in the hope that they would survive the asteroid. But they know if it's actually in vain. And finally, the asteroid hit the Earth right in front of David. David knew that there was no way humans could survive on Earth. Now David's oxygen left is only a few hours. The only thing David can do is access his memories with his daughter. And the movie ends. This film is like telling human life today, where almost everyone is enslaved by technology. Maybe this film aims to remind us to use technology appropriately, lest technology makes us lazy, or even forget God. EQ Movie Recap says goodbye. See you in the next video.